Today we learn about the chapter number 2, reproduction in lower and higher animals. Reproduction in lower and higher animals. Reproduction is the one of the characteristic of living organism. Every living organism produce itself of its own kind to continue the race on the earth. That is the one of the characteristic of living organism. Today we learn about the human reproductive system. Human reproductive system, particularly today in this lecture we learn about the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system. In human being, sexual reproduction takes place. In human being, sexual reproduction takes place there. We learn, this is the rough figure related to the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system consists of the different parts like the primary sex organ, that are the testes. Accessory organs, it consists of the accessory ducts and accessory glands. External genitalia consists the scrotum and penis. These three parts are included in the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system consists of the different parts like primary sex organs, accessory organs. Under the accessory organ there are the accessory ducts and accessory glands are present. External genitalia, scrotum and penis are present there. Here this is the rough figure related to the human male reproductive system. It is the rough figure related to the human male reproductive system here. First we see the first part, that is the primary sex organs. A pair of testes are act as the primary sex organs. These testes are mesodermal in origin. These testes are mesodermal in origin. These testes in early embryonic life, the testes are developed in the abdominal cavity. Later on, just before birth, they descend into the scrotal sac. They descend into scrotal sac. These testes are connected to the scrotum by a fibromuscular band, that is called as the testes are connected to the scrotum by fibromuscular band is called as the gubernaculum. Is called as the gubernaculum. These testes are generally oval shaped or almond shaped in structure. Oval shaped or almond shaped in structures. These are measures about 4 to 5 centimeter in length, 2 to 3 centimeter in width, and 3 centimeter in thickness. 3 centimeter in thickness. These testes are externally covered by a dense fibromuscular connective tissue that is called as the tunica albuginea. It is covered by a dense fibromuscular connective tissue called as the tunica albuginea. Then we turn the functions of the testes. The testes consist of main number of seminiferous tubules. It undergo process of spermatogenesis and produces the sperms. Then we turn toward the accessory sex organs. Accessory sex organs include the accessory ducts and accessory glands. First we see the accessory ducts. These accessory ducts consist of the retate testes, pasa efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct. Sixth is the urethra. These are the parts coming under the accessory ducts. Accessory ducts consist of the different parts like retate testis, vas efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra. First we see the retate testis. In testis, there are many number of seminiferous tubules are present. On the posterior surface, that seminiferous tubules form a network of capillaries called as the retate testis. This retate testis opens into vas efferentia. This rete testis opens into vas efferentia. This vas efferentia consists 12 to 20 small tubule-like structures, that is called as the vas efferentia, and this vas efferentia opens into epididymis. Epididymis means it is the long coiled tube-like structures which will covers the major part of the testis there, and this epididymis is consist of the three parts. Upper part is called as the caput epididymis. Middle part is called as the corpus epididymis, and lower part is called as the cauda epididymis. The function of this epididymis, here the maturation of sperms takes place there. Maturation of sperms takes place in these regions, in the epididymis regions. In the vas efferentia, the sperms which are produced in the testes are carried through rete testis to vas efferentia into epididymis, and in the epididymis, in the region of the epididymis, maturation of sperms takes place there. In fourth part, that is the vas deferens. Vas deferens means it is arises from the cauda epididymis, and it will be long tube-like structures. It runs up to the urinary bladder into the abdominal cavity and forms a loop over ureter and opens into the ejaculatory duct. Opens into ejaculatory duct through seminal vesicle there. Then ejaculatory duct, the seminal vesicle, and this vas deferens opens into short 2 to 3 centimeter length duct, that is called as the ejaculatory duct. It ejects the sperms which are carried through vas deferens. Coming through vas deferens, it will eject the sperms into the urethra. There. This urethra means it is the long tube-like structures which is extended in male up to the penis there, and this urethra is carry the urine and semen. Hence, it is also called as the urinogenital duct. These are the accessory ducts in human male reproductive system. Then we turn toward the accessory glands. Which are the accessory glands here? Accessory glands. There are the two accessory glands are present there. A seminal vesicle, a pair of seminal vesicle and prostate gland. First we see the seminal vesicles. These are the muscular pouch-like structures or cream-colored lip-like structures which are lying in the pelvic cavity, particularly which are lying in the abdominal cavity. They are lying in the abdominal cavity, and these are the cream-colored pouch-like structures which secrete the seminal fluid. The seminal fluid consists of the semen. It consists of the constituents like fructose, fibrinogen, prostaglandin. It contributes the 60% of the semen. The seminal vesicle consists of constituents like fructose, fibrinogen, prostaglandin. This fructose provides the energy for the developing sperms. Fibrinogen will coagulate the semen after the ejaculation into the vaginal tract during sexual intercourse. This prostaglandin will bring the reverse peristaltic movement in the vagina and uterus to aid the passage forward, to facilitate the movement of sperm towards the egg fastly. For that purpose, this prostaglandin will be helpful in the female genital tract after the copulation. Then the prostate glands. These prostate glands means these are the donut shaped glands which are present just below the urinary bladder. It is present at the base of the urinary bladder here. This is the donut shaped glands. It consists about the 20 to 30 convoluted tubules there. This consists of about the 20 to 30 convoluted tubules are present there. It will surround just below the urinary bladder. Prostate gland is present. It is the donut shaped gland. It secretes the prostatic fluid there. It secretes the prostatic fluid. This prostatic fluid is the white, milky in nature. It contributes 30% of the total semen. It contributes the 30% of the total semen. It consists the citric acid and phosphatase. It consists the citric acid and phosphatase, which will keep the acidic tract, which will keep the sperm alive in the environment of the acidic tract of the vagina. For that purpose, this prostatic fluid will be important there. Then third is the Cowper's gland. Third is the Cowper's gland here. Cowper's glands, these are present at the bulb region, at the base of bulb region of penis. Hence, these Cowper's glands are also called, these are the precise glands which are present on either side at the bulb region or base of the penis there. These are also called as the bulbourethral glands because these are present in the bulb region of the penis. This Cowper's gland secrete the sticky mucus-like secretion which is helpful during the copulation. It acts as the lubricant of the passage during the process of copulation. These are the Cowper's glands. These are the three glands related to the accessory glands in male reproductive system. Then we turn toward the third point, that is the external genitalia. External genitalia. External genitalia, there are the scrotum and penis are present there. First we see the penis. Penis means it is the muscular rod-like structure is called as the penis, which is consist of the erectile muscles, there. And this penis is cylindrical rod-like structures which is act as the copulatory organ during sexual intercourse there. It is long, rigid in structures, and this tip of the penis is called as the glans. This penis is covered by a loose fold of the skin that is called as the prepuce. This penis is act as the copulatory organ during sexual intercourse there. Then next is the scrotum. Scrotum means it is the muscular bag-like structure, pigmented bag-like structure which is present behind the penis. And this scrotum or muscular bag-like structures which is divided into two parts, right part of the scrotum and left part of the scrotum, pigmented muscular pouch which is divided by septum of the dartos tunic muscles there. And this scrotum, in the scrotum the testes are testes will be the present there in the scrotum. They will be suspended in the scrotum there, and the testes are descend down into the scrotum just before the birth there. If the testes are not descend down from the abdominal cavity into the scrotum, that is called as the cryptochordism, or it may lead to the sterility of the male there. Today we learn about the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system consists of the different parts like primary sex organ, that are the testes, accessory sex organs. It includes the accessory ducts and accessory glands. We learn in the accessory which are the accessory duct and which are the accessory glands. Yes, this is the information related to the human male reproductive system.